Hey folks, how you doing? And welcome to Outside the Ropes. I'm here with my guy, Rhett Butler. How you doing, Rhett? How are you?
Man, first of all, this is Meco Hart, man. The guy.
Peace and blessings, brother.
Listen, man, you're a legend. So we got to make sure they understand who they're talking to, number one, because, I mean, this is a vision you've had for a while. And you laying the foundation that's going to be crazy.
Thank you, brother.
Completely, man. And on top of that, we in your hometown of D.C., you about to go back to Vegas. You stay on a plane, so catching you is hard to do. So I'm blessed that we even got this cracker right now because you be gone. You be always moving around.
Man, the man upstairs put together, but he don't make no mistakes, so we here.
Absolutely, man. You know, it's funny because I was looking at TV the other day, and I've been around you mad times. You never mentioned the fact that you was all up in Rocky, the Mason Rudolph one, when it was Rocky about to fight Tarver, and Mike Tyson had an appearance, and here you was in the bottom by the ring, the scuffle about to go down. First of all, with Creed doing what it did, with Rocky doing what it did, and just being a legendary franchise, you got to tell me what was all the mechanics that you can tell about that day and all of that, because that wasn't no small moment, and that was a big part of the movie. What was that situation like?
Well, humbly speaking, man, I just want to say I have to give God all the glory, man. Without him, I'm nothing. So
I know that's right.
It was a heck of a night. The night before the big event that we was going to do with Rocky Balboa, and I had a little small meeting with Sylvester Stallone, and he said, "Please have Mike there by 9:30." You know, and I promise you that we will be in and out. It won't take long, and we'll make sure you guys can don't have to stay around the whole time. Right. So anyway, long story short, we went out that night. We were at the Venetian.
Oh,
so we were partying until like 5 in the morning. So I was like, I promised Sylvester Stallone I'm gonna make sure Mike be there at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
But man, through God's grace, I got him there at 9:30 in the morning. Mind you, we didn't get back to the hotel till about 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So, Mike was on 3 hours of rest, so I had to, get him up. It was like pulling teeth. So I got him up, got him to the event what we was doing. I think it was Mandalay Bay where they was shooting the movie at.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you this, man. Sylvester Stallone is a beast. He's a beast, bro. This guy not only wrote the story, he produced it, he started it.
Right.
He did everything, bro. It's like when he was acting in the movie, when they said cut, he went and made sure everybody was doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
Everybody's, saying what they're supposed to say. Pieces, man. It was amazing. I've never seen nothing like that. This guy was not just a part of it and doing what he did. He produced it. He wrote it. He acted in the play. I mean, in the movie, it was just amazing, bro, to see him work, man. And he was true to his word. We did 2 takes, and we were out of there in an hour.
What? That's hard to do in the film game.
Yeah.
Damn.
And for real, I kind of forgot about it because, man, we do so much, and my nephew, different people see it, and I
was watching TV, and I was just chilling, and I'm like, they gonna make a right. You ain't even say nothing about this. I didn't see that movie mad times. I'm like, they got a homie right there.
Yeah, bro. It's like, hey, man. Like I said, it's just a blessing to be with somebody like Mike. Mike, man, it took my life to a whole nother level. I couldn't dream the life I've had from working with Mike Tyson.
Amazing,
bro.
Amazing.
And it started with Ray Leonard.
I was about to say, because Mike, you dealt with so many legends.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been a blessing.
It's been a journey.
It started with Sugar Ray. Then it was Riddick Bowe, then it was Mark Too Sharp, then it was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson saw me on HBO. I was with Mark Too Sharp. We were in Corpus Christi, Texas, fighting.
Oh yeah.
And
shout out to Texas, man. That's a big fight town. Like y'all don't play.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. So he had called me, and he said, "Man, I'm about to fight for the biggest fight in my life. I want you to be my camp coordinator." And I was so humbled by that.
Who was he fighting for that camp?
Lennox Lewis.
Woo-wee!
This was
that's a big fight.
So mind you, this is how it went down. He came to DC, right? And at the time I had a store. I had a store called Drama Sports.
Yeah.
It's my clothing store. In fact, this is the shirt that I have on.
Yeah, that's a legend in DC as well. Y'all know what it is with Drama Sports.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. That's another story. But anyway.
Right. Shout out to Trap City.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Trap City. So let's get together. We embracing all people. But
That's what I'm talking about.
we were in. He came to the city and he asked me. He said, "Brother, what you gonna do?" This was Friday. He said, "Well, Monday we're leaving, so you got to give me a decision by Sunday night of what you're gonna do." So mind you, I got a business, brother. I got at the time my mother and father was still living, so I can't just up and leave. Bro. I got a business. I got a house. I got a family. You know what I mean? So at the time, my daughter was 6 years old, only like 6. So I had to really, do some praying and some deep diligence as far as what I was gonna do. So I came to my store. I talked to my father. I asked Dad. I said, "Dad, what can I do? I mean, what should I do, pretty much?" And he said, "Well, son, I'll tell you like this. This is a great opportunity. Follow your mind. If that's what you want to do, you do it, and I got your back." When he said that, it was like, man, I felt like I had so much off me as far as just because there was so much to do. Because I couldn't just leave my business to nobody, but this is my father. So, okay, of course, yeah, my dad got my back. Mike asked me to come and do this for him, and that's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest names in the game, one of the icon in the boxing world, asking you, me, I'm like, do to me, I'm 150 pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying?
But solid though, Bruce Lee style.
Yeah, it was, my last name was Hart, and I got plenty of it.
I know that's right, man.
But like I said, it was a very humbling experience, and so that. I didn't come back Sunday. I came back Monday.
Okay. Right
before we was about to leave, and I told him, "Yes, Mike, I'm gonna roll with you." So we left DC, we went to New York, and that's when we got into the thing on the stage with Lennox Lewis and the big fight on stage.
Right, that was crazy. What?
Right.
Now I gotta look at that video. You was up there for that? I gotta look at that video now.
I'm right beside her. I had a black Gucci bucket hat on, and I had on black Gucci shoes.
You always stunning boys with that DC, man.
But no, I'm telling you, if I'd have knew we was about to get in a fight, I would have was sweat and had on my boots and stuff like that. Bro, I'm on the stage with Gucci shoes on and
scuffing your joint up.
And we end up running. Bro, it's crazy because the first thing I thought about when everything broke out, I wasn't even looking for. Bro, I had no idea what was about to happen. Bro.
Right.
I had no idea.
Right.
Man, all I thought about was the hood. Somebody was trying to come around me and take something from me. So my whole mindset just went off. I was like, I was in the fight mode.
Sheesh.
It was crazy, bro. It was so ironic.
You know, it's funny too, because guys be sleeping on them British guys. I mean, Lennox is by himself is just a beast, but them guys from the UK, they get down, they hood.
Oh no, they real hood.
They belly.
No, they go.
People be getting them twisted.
We are no different all around the planet. That's what I try to tell people. Just because you live here in DC, right? You just live in a concrete jungle. Right. Those same guys that live in Africa, that jungle they live, they just hard and do just as much as you do. They might not have the resources, but guess what? Bro, they strong, they can fight, and they just not have as much as you have, but they ain't no different around the world. And we are everywhere in this diaspora in the world. So don't think that we not. We everywhere.
Real talk. DC or the DMV is shining right now. We got Tank about to fight Lamont Roach. I didn't really see that one coming, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm happy, number one, because I don't know if you heard, but Tank said he want to retire.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that kind of like what Floyd did, which is like on his way out, he kind of gave people a shot that he was cool with. And I think that's a fly thing, especially for this area, because Tank really obviously put Baltimore on the map. But to come fight a DC guy, do your first press conference in DC, that's big. Plus, he trained all these guys down here. You go to Ed Bangers, you know everybody. But just the fact is that, what do you think is the impact being a Washingtonian native of a Baltimore guy fighting a DC guy? I know he goes to the county, but the DC guy. Does that have any extra emphasis on it? And the fact that it's in New York and everybody got to go up there and meet in the same spot.
Well, I think it's kind of a neutral thing because both of those are DMV guys, and DC has a lot of level tank. I'm be honest
They
with you.
really do.
And Lamont Roach is DC, so then they get nothing but love right there. And his family, for real. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But I'm gonna say this: these are great fighters, and I thank you, Tank, for giving Lamont the opportunity to have this fight. You know what I mean? Because he has a lot of respect for Lamont Roach. You know, it's not no anger there, no hatred, but this is business. It's business. So by him giving him a chance to, you know, to get his money together so he can take care of his family is a great thing. You know, and Tank, I looked up to Tank because Tank can't be no, in my opinion, can't nobody be Tank but Tank.
Right.
So him saying he wants to retire, he's going through something. See, he's going through something mentally right now. People don't understand. See, I've been in the fight for a long time.
Yeah.
I work with 5 world champions, 4 Hall of Famers. So when you can kind of see when he talks in his body language that he's not all the way into it right now.
Facts.
So if any time that you might be able to beat him would be now.
Oh shit. That's a little tip. Yo, okay. The betting odds might have changed right there. Meco said that.
Well, once again, can I be Tank for Tank?
Right.
You know, you got to kind of feed off that. You know, he's a great fighter. He's the Mike Tyson of this era.
Yeah, he definitely
man, this guy here packs a punch, bro. He might start off slow, but don't sleep on Tank, because Tank ain't no joke.
Oh, and I got a question, because you being in camps and you understanding the situations in the gym, the camp, then the fight night. I got a question. When you look at Deontay Wilder, for instance, I feel like as soon as he let go of his original team and started switching it up, that's when all the problems started happening. Now, you look at Tank, he's not letting go of Kenny up and be more. He's keeping all the same guys, and he's still doing well, even now that he got his own promotional company, and it's not all about Mayweather promotion no more. He got his own thing really tight. Do you feel like that's part of the secret to Tank's success, that he didn't switch up trainers? He's not kind of moving with the next fad with the trainer. He's really staying with the guys he started with.
Well, it's always hard when you start switching up guys and doing, you know, dealing with other people, because you're so used to doing this one way. Now when you get with this next coach, you got to do it his way, and you got to learn something different. But in Wilder's case, see, Wilder, all he had was one punch, so he really needed to learn how to box. He wasn't never a boxer. He's just a one-punch knockout. So if he don't knock you out with that one punch,
he's don't know what to do.
Yeah, he's lost. His defense wasn't there. You know what I mean? His offense not there as a boxer. So he's one-dimensional. So being one-dimensional as a fighter, you bound to get clipped. So, you know, like as far as Mike Tyson would do a few things, because, you know, he had Rooney early on, and he had a lot of different people, but Customata.
Right.
So when you lose these people in your life, you know what I'm saying, different things happen. Like I said, Tank's going through a mental right now, so he hasn't really lost nobody, but you don't know what he's going through in his personal life.
True.
So, you know, you got to kind of dig deep, but, you know, just to kind of try to cipher what is going on with the guy. He got his whole team, original team, nobody's really left. So that's not the excuse. So what's really going on? He has something outside the ring that's bothering him. So that's what's going on.
Yeah, this shows go outside the rope, so that's a perfect segue. It's funny because you haven't been so much involved with Mike Tyson. People always talk about his intellect, his spirituality. Like, that's part of his whole image, you know, the fact that he's a thinker. I heard Tech recently say he wants to get therapy, but he's afraid to do it because he thinks he's going to lose that dog in him and that killer instinct. But now that he got daughters, he's thinking about being a little bit more tender with his child and things of that nature, but he feel like he's going to lose his edge in the ring if he starts to unlock certain demons with a trainer. With a therapist. What do you think about this? Is that something you think a fighter can exist in both realms of healing and still unleashing that dog on a fighter?
Well, I'm going to say this. Well, when Mike was being trained, he was trained to be a gladiator. Yeah. So when you are a gladiator, when you go into that arena, it's you against your opponent, and you go in there to destroy your opponent. So as far as Tank getting someone to help him, I don't think it's a bad thing, because therapeutic is really good, because, you know, sometimes when you're going through other things in life, you need to be able to talk to someone to kind of guide you through, you know, what you're going through, because, you know, it takes a village, and you can't do it by yourself. And so even the young people today, see, it's nothing wrong with having a therapists, because a lot of people are scarred, going through a lot of different things, emotions, and man, we've been so tormented in different things, and you try to figure out how did you get to this point? Why am I thinking like this? You know, and we don't want to reach out for help because we think, oh, if I reach out to people, people gonna think I'm crazy, and no, it's not. That's not how it is. You gotta understand, people with money, they've been doing it for centuries, but most of the people that don't have money, they don't understand that part. See, right. So it's not a bad thing to give somebody a psychologist or somebody that's therapeutic reasoning for people. It's nothing wrong with that. So I think it's a good thing to do when you're going through something in your mind. I really do. I think it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I gotta get your prediction that you think gonna happen with this Roach and Tank fight.
Well, like I said, can't nobody beat Tank but Tank. You know what I'm saying? I love Lamont Roach. That's my guy. That's family. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go with your heart when it comes to something like this. Right. You know what I mean? So if Lamont is on top of his game, it'll be a good fight, right? But he has to come out with everything. He has to bring it all.
He got to have a perfect fight.
He has to bring it all in order to beat Tank. Because like I just said, can't nobody beat Tank right now but Tank.
Right.
And the best time might be now because he's going through some type of mental stress in his mind right now. So the time would be now. And he's talking about retiring. So, you know, hey,
right.
You never know.
If that was to happen, Tank retires in the near future, very near future, who do you see picking up the slack in terms of the popularity that he's kept in the game since Floyd? Because he's the like, as soon as Floyd bounced, he became the guy. His popularity's high. Even though the game loved Terrence Crawford, they're not treating Terrence Crawford the way they treat Tank. Like, Tank is just that guy, lifestyle, the image. He's like Mike, like you said, because they're looking at him outside the ropes too. They just think he's just a popular guy. Young guys want to be like him and everything. Who will be the next guy after him to even get that?
Well, Tank has that swag, and see, he's, you know, from Baltimore, and he's from the hood. He's genuine. He's real. He ain't faking. Just like Mike, ain't no faking with Mike. Mike real. You know what I'm saying? Mike, wherever we go in the world, we go to the hood. Right. We gonna do it with regular people. You know, all that old. You know what I'm saying? Hoopla. No, we ain't doing that. He is who he is. But I just think, man, being yourself and just doing what you have to do and getting where you have to go, it's gonna get you there opposed to trying to do something different and just be who you are, man. And everything is gonna pan out. But as soon as you get off that track, man, things are different. As long as you stay on track and do what you're supposed to do, man, everything gonna come full circle. But like I said, when you're going through something mentally, you can't be. It's hard to be in a fight where you got issues in your head. You know, trying to win something. Like for instance, when Mike fought Buster Douglas, he didn't even take that fight seriously, right? You know,
was you there?
Partying. No, I wasn't there at the fight. I wasn't at that fight. Okay. But he was partying. Yeah. He was doing a lot of stuff he shouldn't have been doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he had a lot of people around him that wasn't telling him to do was scared to say, but I'm not that guy. Right. See, one thing about me, and everybody knows, I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what's real. And Mike listened to me, and now he respects me, and but whoever was around him at that time of that, they didn't give him good direction because, you know, just like these are pros. It's like any type of pro sport. Any given day you can lose. Yeah. So if you're not on top of your game, you're gonna lose. So whether you're drugging, you have a mental problem or whatever, you get in that ring, you could lose your life. So I tell any young fighter, if you're not gonna eat, sleep, and dream this thing here called boxing, don't get into it. Because this ain't no team sport. Yeah. You know, you get in there by yourself. See, you can't play boxing. Okay, you can play basketball, you can play football. You can't play boxing. So if you're not trying to be a warrior and you want to get in there and knowing that you can die in that ring, don't do this. It's not for you. This is a gladiator sport, and it's real. Don't do it. But if you love it, you sacrifice, you work hard, you can be the best you can be. You can be the best, but you gotta work hard.
You ever heard of a clothing line called Chrome Hearts? They got a store in Vegas. It's in the wind. They got like the crosses everywhere, like leather crosses. You ever seen it?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it.
So Tank loves the clothes. That's why I'm bringing it up. But Tank recently jumped on Instagram and was like, "Yo, how I'm wearing your bags, your clothes. I got even a heavy bag with the logo, and y'all ain't giving me nothing, or no money, no clothes. You're not hooking me up, and I got all the kids buying your clothes. And then after he put that out there, I think he put that out there to say to them, you might want to make me an offer, but they didn't. So he recently put out another joint, a video saying, I'm actually selling all my clothes from them. I'm never buying it again. I'm done. I'm asking you, or tell me about this to ask you, why do you think certain brands don't recognize when a boxer chooses them, they should choose the boxer first or immediately? Because now Tank went from influencing the audience to buy it to now he's saying don't rock with it. And they ain't making him no deal.
Well, common sense ain't common, that's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
If a buyer reaches out to you and give you that type of exposure for your brand to take you around the world,
right,
and you don't take heed,
right,
then you're a fool.
Shit.
Common sense ain't common, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It makes no sense.
How many, and maybe you don't know this answer or not, but I'm just curious, like how many times did Mike turn down deals, or did you guys look at deals and be like, nah, we ain't messing with that?
Man, it was a time in Mike's career, but it might be 20 deals a day on the table.
Wow.
And he turned them all down.
What?
Turned them
They just
down.
didn't fit what he was on, or the break was low. Or...
Well, I'm gonna say this. Mike is Mike. Mike was more into being a fighter than he was a businessman.
I know that's right.
So I'm just gonna say that, you know.
Gladiator.
Yeah, he was. You know, as far as the business part, he's not. That wasn't. He left that to someone else
Gotcha.
to do that part and
Gotcha.
to handle that part. That's why a lot of things happened.
Yeah.
That happened because he wasn't on top of a lot of things. So when I came into play, you know, I would tell Mike, you know, this is going on, that's going on,
right,
this is happening, because, you know, I'm there for Mike. And in my mind, God permitted Mike's life to make Mike better.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me, at the time when Mike came along, I thought I was all right. I had a couple of stores,
Yeah.
I had a couple of homes, I had a family. In my mind, I was, you know, I was well off.
Yeah,
but so, you know, you never know what's going to transpire to change your life.
Indeed.
So when I got with Mike, of course, that changed my whole life.
Man.
As far as now, I have to sacrifice to make him better.
Right.
Because in my mind, you know, the man upstairs put me in his life to make him better.
Right.
So if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then I'm somewhere, you know, so I feel like I'm going to be cursed or whatever, or you know, so I don't look at it as money. I didn't never look at it like that. Because, you know, I've always had my own little money to do what I want to do or whatever like that. So, you know, because of the blessings of God, and you know, I could bless other people. You know, when they come home from jail, they come to my store, I would give them some money and give them an outfit, and they go on about their business. To me, that was my life. I was thankful to be able to do that and had that at the time. You know, I pretty much gave my store away. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't so much about the money. Even though we need money to survive, we got to understand, see, life is about humility. And if you're not going through some type of humility in your life, you're not living.
Well, that's right.
So you have to be down before you can be up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So being down, and when I came up, I could help people, that was a good thing. So when Mike asked me to come in, I was up even more. So it was like, wow, how did this even happen? So let me give you the story real quick. I'm on a Learjet, right? And it's this billionaire. It was this billionaire guy's name was Jeff Green, right? He was one of the biggest apartment developers in LA. The guy Sterling used to be his friend. The guy that owned the Clippers,
I'm sure, yeah.
right? You can pull him up. He was the biggest apartment developer in LA, right? Jeff Green. So anyway, he had a big mansion he bought from W.C. Fields, and we was on this Learjet one time, and we was at this red carpet, and Jeff said, "Mike, let me take you back to Vegas." We just came to LA, you know, and let me take you back to Vegas. I just got me a new jet. Mike was like, "Man, nobody ride G4s no more." So in my mind, I'm like, you know, G4. I just heard the G4s. I didn't hear the first part at the time. So I'm like, G4, what are they talking about? Some type of new race car. So no, he was like, "Mike, no, I got a G6.
Hey.
Brand new G6, right?" So okay, mind you, so, okay, we did the red carpet in the show. They pick us up in the Rolls Royce. We go to the Clearport.
Right.
Get to the jet. So we get on a G6, which was a new jet.
Yeah.
G6 jet. So we get on the jet, and it was the pilot, the co-pilot, and the hostess. And it was 2 seats right here, a seat right here, and it's like your seat, but they right in front of each other, right? Like and it was one row over here. So it was the Shah of Iran's son was over here, and he was with another billionaire. The billionaire was on the queen size bed with me and his girl right here, and Mike Tyson was on another queen size bed behind me with his girl, and I'm looking out the window right here, and I'm praying. I'm saying, God, what am I doing here?
Man.
How did I get here? Right?
That's crazy.
So I prayed to pray. God is my witness. I prayed to pray to come down, to bring me down, God. 'Cause I felt a certain way about being up like that. I was like, what am I doing here? I started feeling guilty about being in the position that I was in.
Okay, let me ask, is that survivor's remorse? Is that imposter syndrome? Was that just, this is such a high level that I don't trust the fact that I can't control the situation? Like,
No, I don't think it was the fact that I could control it. It's just that I've always been a person that I wanted people to have what I had, even as a young kid. See, I wasn't always who I was, you know. I got to keep it 1,000 for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God to who I am now. Because as a younger kid, I was a victim of my environment, so I got caught up in things that was going on in my neighborhood. So at a young age, you know, around 25, I was, doing some things as a young business person that I probably should have done. I thought I was helping people, but a lot of times I was hurting people. You know what I mean? So when you know better, you do better. So I've always been the one like wanted people to have what I had, but like you said, and that's making people better like that. But like I said, you hurting people right here, but you helping people right here. So as I got to that statue of light, and I was with Mike and working with him and dealing with these billionaires, I started feeling guilty. Like, man, I'm here, but everybody else is down there.
right.
So I prayed the prayer for God to bring me down, and God brought me all the way down. All the way down, bro. Bro, when I say all the way down, to see the rats, to see the snakes around me, to see everything. And it humbled me so much, bro, to as though, I'm going to say this, it took me to a place that, man, it really changed my life to a point that I've never known. My cousin, I came home, my cousin asked me, said, man, I'm supervising in a homeless shelter. I want you to come work with me. I said, man, I'm not working in no shelter. That's my grandiose. I ain't working in no shelter. I'm walking like Mike Tyson. I'm this and that. I don't say that, but in my mind, what's going on in my mind? I'm going to work in no shelter. Then I started thinking about it. I said, you know something? Let me go see what this is all about. So I did it. I went inside, I got the job. Best thing that ever happened in my life.
Wow.
Bruh, when you start working in something like that and dealing with people that are homeless, everybody's homeless is not homeless because they're not just poor or just and that. There were so many different reasons, bro. So many different reasons. Separation of family. One guy messed his leg up and couldn't work, didn't have a place to stay. Some of it was drug related. But for the most part, I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life. And it was so enlightening because it taught me that people are not what you think.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have some really good, great, professional people out in the world. A lot of those people were doctors. They were lawyers. They were different people, but something happened in their life that they had to backtrack and they had to come to the shelter. So when we talked to those people, it enlightened me and gave me a whole new, enlightenment of life about life one-on-one.
Man, it ain't easy.
It's really not.
You can have all the education, have this career.
Brother, let me tell you something. Just because you have a lot of money don't mean you have everything. Because when you have, the more money you have, the more problems you have. See, don't think that those billionaires and people that got a lot of money don't have problems. They got the same problems you got. They just got more money problems.
That's it. Right. Exactly. More money, more problems. That was the whole truth.
Yeah.
No, that's real, man. I mean, it's interesting. It's like I love the fact that the show is called Outside the Ropes because that's really where life is at. People see these guys for a couple rounds and think they know this person. They don't even understand what's really going on.
They don't. They don't. Bro.
That's why that's one of the reasons why I rock with Terrence Crawford because he does camp different. He brings his kids. He brings everybody because he said if I didn't bring my kids to camp the whole time, I wouldn't be able to focus because I'd be worried about if they all right. That's different.
Makes sense.
But I love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's the part people don't understand. You're trying to take people away from what you think is a distraction, but that's the whole time. That might be the thing that get them jammed.
Man, I love his story, man. How his mom used to get guys to come try to beat him to fight him. So he's been ingrained in this thing for so long.
Yeah.
And he's a family guy. So
he's a family guy.
He brought it from the gutter.
Yeah.
He came all the way up to the top.
Right.
So anything that you work hard at,
right.
For the young people that's out there today, if you want something, work hard at it. Right. It's not going to be given to you. Right. If you work hard, you can get anything that you put your mind to. Right. You just got to work for it. Because nothing's going to come to you. Nothing is easy. Anything worth having is hard to get. Right. Believe that.
What do you think about Anthony Joshua? And when I say that, what I mean is they're talking about he's thinking about retiring. But when you look at this guy basically was this generation's version of Lennox Lewis. Big as hell, had all the hype, got a gold medal, all of this, but because of a couple L's or whatever, he just never reached that level of success in the ring as Lennox, although he had the look and had the whole country behind him. But what do you think? You think, I don't want to say waste of talent, but you just think that the game is unfair to guys after now because of the way Mayweather had his career, the game is unfair to guys based on having any losses there? Because he took a loss to Tyson Fury, got the loss to Usyk, and then he's like, I'm basically about to go. And I'm like, damn, I still want to see him versus Deontay.
Yeah, well, I don't know if his brother got burnt out. I don't know if it's his supporting cast, because you're only as good as your supporting cast. Like I said, you don't know what he's going through, and he's had a few fights, and like I said, he only had a few losses, so it's not like he can come back and really do something, but he has to want something.
He has to
like
want something.
or we can't want that for him.
Yeah.
See, he has to really want that, and that desire, like once a fighter loses his desire to be a fighter, it's hard to get it back.
Yeah.
It's really hard, bro. So, like I said, you got to. It's deeper than this. You can't play this, bro. You got to really want this. You have to be all the way into this mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of variables that people don't even understand, bro. When you out there running them 5 miles by yourself, man, ain't nobody
5 in the morning.
Yeah, it's nobody right there to cheer you on. When you're in the gym hitting the speed bag, there's nobody to cheer you on. When you're in the ring sparring, there's nobody to spit. People only come when it's time for fight time.
Yep.
So when you lose that desire and all that, it's hard to get it back and just go back and do all that all over again. So people don't understand when these guys talk about retirement, a lot of it be, hoopla, but when it's real, it's real.
It's real. Yeah, it's interesting. Boxing is crazy, man. Like, just in general, like, you gotta really have a game plan from start to finish, or it'll get you.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this: if you don't run at least 4 or 5 miles a day, don't even try to be a boxer.
I know that's right.
Because it's
I know that was your thing. Your thing was cardio and conditioning.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
okay, 4 or 5 miles a day.
Bro, if you're not gonna do that, I listen. Back when we was fighting Minnesota, Mike Tyson, we used to go on walks. I'm gonna tell you, bro. 10-mile walks up hills that would be like this, bro. I'm talking about between the back of your in the back of your knees right here, where you could be burning like somebody took a match and just lit it on fire. I'm talking about we used to walk so here, like I can remember they had a Pro Bowl over there one year. I think it was maybe 01. I think it was 01, and Ray Lewis was over there, McNabb, T.I., T.O. I'm sorry, T.O. And we were at this party, and we walked in to go to the party, and all these guys said, "Mike, I love you, Mike." They never really met Mike. The first time they say, "Man, I love you, man, I love you," and woo. They all love you, right? So Mike didn't party. So Mike said, "Man, why these dudes talking they love me? Mike, they don't know me. Why everybody?" I said, "Mike, it's a new little thing going around, and you know, I don't know if they with it, but you know, when you do this, that's what happens. Everybody say they love you and all this. So I don't know if they're part of that, if they drunk, but it could be a mixture of everything. So he took it, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't understand it. He was like, grown men telling me they love me and all this. I don't. Man, that night.
This is before they start saying pause.
This night, bro, he must have walked the whole island of we went to Maui, we went to Honolulu. He must have walked the whole island of Honolulu. I'm talking. We had a limousine tour. The small was right.
Yeah.
Following. He stopped, get out, and of course I get out and we start walking. Man, we walked probably 4 or 5 hours around the whole island because he was kind of, you know what I'm saying, his mind was like, you know, his mind, we was still in fight mode. We was in camp, so we broke camp to come over to Honolulu, to go to this fight, and because I think Lennox Lewis had got hurt or something, so 3 months turned into 6 months.
Yeah.
So it kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to only be 90 days.
Yeah.
We in Maui, right? Our camp was in Maui.
Right.
I mean, I come out my suite, you see the whales jumping over and all
That's
that.
crazy.
It was a beautiful thing. But anyway, so you planned something to be 3 months, now it's 6 months. So, okay, we took a little trip over to Honolulu. We ran to the Isley brothers, Ron Isley and those guys. It was real cool, really, you know, real nice little atmosphere. But when those guys told Mike, though, they threw him all the way off. It was like, that never happened. Mike come from where he come from, you know. Mike is the straight Brownsville Street, and you know what I'm saying, all that. So Mike is Mike. Mike is genuine. Everything you see is what you get. But let me tell you this. Mike is one of the most intelligent, intellectual, smartest person I've ever met in my life. People say, hold up, what do you mean by that? Bruh, the media try to make this man seem like he was this, and that, and he was this. He don't have common sense. He doesn't know, bro. Mind you, Mike's brother is the #1 surgeon in Beverly Hills Sinai Hospital. People don't know that.
I know.
Now just drop a jewel on you, right?
That's a big jewel.
His brother, put it up, brother, Dr. Tyson, Beverly Hills Hospital. Check this story out, right? This is gonna blow your mind. A guy that was working for Mike, right? He used to wash the cars and do a lot of different stuff, you know, around the house for Mike. His brother was in the gang in California, right? His brother got shot. Go to the ER. Mike Tyson's brother saved him.
What?
And his brother worked for Mike, and it was like, it came around 3, so it ain't nothing but the grace of God, bro. So think about that. People don't even know this man's brother is a surgeon, the #1 surgeon in Beverly Hills Hospital.
Wow. Nobody knows.
Saved this guy's life. The guy was a gang member, he gets shot, saved his life, and the rest is history.
Wow. He got a sister too, right?
Yeah, so she passed away. Yeah, he had a
Oh,
sister.
okay.
Yeah, he had a sister and brother. Yeah, so he's got a brother.
Damn, #1 surgeon in LA. That's huge, man. They hang out with, they talk, they
Well,
close?
they I'm not gonna say they close,
Okay,
but they
okay.
brothers. Okay.
Understand.
You know what I'm saying? Mike loves him. He loves Mike.
Yeah.
You know, they in two different.
Yeah,
So
big time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that they don't love each other. Yeah, they love each other, but they're not close like that because they in two different realms of life.
Yeah. Let me ask you, I mean, obviously we know he got the Tyson Ranch strain, but is there an actual ranch?
No, the Tyson Ranch. It was a business out in California that they had the Tyson Ranch, but they were offices.
Oh, okay.
They were never a ranch, you know what I'm saying, like that. But that was the primary reason for giving it that name, because they bought some acreage out in parts of California, but it never came to fruition.
Gotcha.
They was going to do amusement parks and a college on the property and a lot of other stuff, but that never, you know, went to fruition because it went to the left because, you know, the guy that was the Tyson Ranch, some things happened and like I said, it went to the left.
Understood. Now, because I seen you out there on the west riding horses, doing your black cowboy joint. Which, by the way, cowboys started. They are black.
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole term cowboy was co-opted by the other side.
The original cowboy.
The original cowboys are black, but I seen you on your original man cowboy joint out there. I didn't know if that was like on that property or you just, you know what I mean? I like all of it. You outside, you with the equestrian energy. And I know you know horses because you Maryland, everything. You've been at horses.
I love the horses. That's one of my best pastimes.
That's cool.
Yes, a good friend of mine, Lamont Clayton, out in California. He has the ranch, and he's a friend of Jamie Foxx. All of us are friends, and they keep all the horses at Lamont's house. Lisa Ray, Raphael Sadiq, a lot of different people, keep all their animals, their horses up at Lamont. Lamont is the original black cowboy of Chicago.
Oh man,
He's the original black cowboy. He's a real cowboy. Wow. And like you said, the black cowboys originated from us. You know what I'm saying? See, now the movies took it, they made it about them, but they didn't even want to be called a boy back then. The cowboy was, they called them cow hands.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So give you a little history. Just go back and study, cowboys, and you'll see who it really is. We the real cowboys, okay?
That's right. That's amazing, man. People always get that twisted. They never really understand what's really going on.
Absolutely.
Did you see Jamie Foxx special?
Man, it was touching. It was so beautiful. Jamie is like family, bro. He's such a great brother, man. Always been the same, always real, man. That's my brother, man. In fact, I just talked to his dad like 3 days ago. Told him I'll be out there in a couple of weeks. And, man, he's always shown me so much love, bro. I'm talking about me and Jamie been down since 1987. Before he got on.
That's before Living Color,
any of that stuff. He used to come to the hood, right? Because I was with Chris Thomas. I started off. I was road manager for Chris Thomas, and we was what they call the children's circuit.
Yeah.
And we was touring, and we did a show with Jamie in Ohio. And the way we hit it off, Jamie had this little singing group that he was about to manage, and we was playing basketball in the gym. And I was pretty much by myself. Chris, he was at the hotel, so we was shooting ball. So these guys, like they 5 of them, and James, we balling. So the guy called me outside my name. So I squared up when I said, something we about to handle this, having this game because when we come from, you call a person outside the name, it's on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that ain't my name. You call me something, so we got to deal with that. So anyway, after the game, he wasn't trying to do nothing. The boy, it was 5 of them. The group, the ones that 5 that was doing all the talk, because I was burning them up on the court. I was a baller, right? They didn't know that.
Right.
They thought, this dude beat him. So anyway, make long story short, Jamie saw that. And me and Jamie came tight right after. He said, "Oh man, this dude by himself, and he going up against all these dudes, and he ain't tripping." And it's like, so me and Jamie, man, hit it off right then. Next thing you know, he came back to DC, playing football on the block with the kids, eating in my mother's dining room table.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, we've been family ever since. He did 2 commercials for me that I never aired. He did a drama sports commercial for me, and he did a track city commercial for me. I'll show it to you.
I'm about to say, when the world gonna see that?
Bro, I never put it out there, bro. I just showed it to different people, but anything I asked him, Ray, he did it for me. And mind you, bro, this dude, when I say we fan, I used to be out his house sometime, and we would go out and I'd have, different stuff. Man, go in the closet and get what you want.
Yeah.
Man, I go in there, man, hit me. That thing, I got this on, I got that,
Yeah.
So when he came to DC one year, I gave him a blonde mink coat. This is about 10 years ago. A blonde mink coat, because I don't wear that stuff. Like I said, when I was young, I was blessed. I was doing what I had to do. So I purchased a few things. I had a blonde mink coat. I'm talking about light blonde mink. I gave it to him. He was at the radio station, KYS, and it was freezing, and he had no coat. I said, man, there's no way I was gonna be out here.
Right.
The way he used to take care of me when I'm out there, bro. Now I gotta look out for him. This family. You know what I mean? And as far as athletes, bro, he played football, baseball, and I was an athlete too. So we hit it off because we was both sports guys.
Right.
So that's
what baseball too, bro.
Yeah, I was the number 2 baseball player in the city when I came out of DC, Woodrow Wilson High School. Fact checking.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, I went to the University of Colorado.
Oh,
I couldn't play football. My coach wanted me to play football. I was like, no, I was too small. They wanted me to play cornerback.
The Buffaloes?
Yeah.
Hold on. So you knew what was going on before Deion?
Oh no, I was before Deion. I was Colorado before Deion Sanders.
Okay, well since you're alumni from over there, what you think about what Deion doing for your school?
Man,
That's
Deion
crazy.
is doing great things. I love the fact that Deion's out there.
I mean, it's cracking.
Man, he done took the whole program to a whole nother level. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing just to see that and for it to come to where it is now. I mean, of course, it's all about money and business. I don't know how long he's gonna be there, but for it to even happen and to have his sons with him. And to do that, and to be the positive influence that he is. Deion is such a positive influence. He don't drink, he don't smoke, He's a top flight athlete.
Right.
He brings the best out of his players.
Right.
Man, he's great, man.
Yeah.
He's great, man.
That's amazing. I didn't even know he was a Buffalo, man.
Yeah, man. I was out there with Tony Ellis and JoJo Hunter. They were like seniors when I was a freshman. And JoJo Hunter was like a legend in basketball. He would start off at Brown University, and actually he got drafted out of high school to the 76ers.
Okay.
Yeah, JoJo Hunter got drafted to the 76ers out of high school. The coach at the time. He ended up leaving there and going to Colorado, and that's a couple of years later that we came out there. Me and my guy Butchie Roach from Woodrow Wilson. Yeah.
Wow. What was it like going from DC to Boulder, man?
Man, that's another story right there. Now I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Now that's one for you, bro. I'm glad you asked that question.
It's for real.
Bro, that was like a rude awakening. You know why? Because me coming from DC, Chocolate City, right? All black, 80%, 90% black at the time.
Right.
Going to Colorado, now you're out there with nothing but cowboys, Indians, and Mexicans.
Right.
So now I go from the majority to the minority.
Woo!
And guess
Oh, speak on that, because yeah, they don't. If you don't know, this is Chocolate City, DC.
vanilla suburbs.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Vanilla suburbs.
Let me give you a story. The first few months we were there, okay, mind you, by being in Colorado, you can't come home. Because I'm 2 days, it took me 2 days to come home. So,
yeah.
a lot of guys, they're from Indiana, Colorado, different places around.
Right.
Utah,
Yeah.
Nebraska. So, they could go home a few hours. So, I couldn't come home. So when it was Thanksgiving, I went to buddy of mine to play baseball with me. I went to his house for the weekend. So this was so we had the dinner table eating for Thanksgiving. So his grandmothers, his aunts, and everybody's at dinner. They just, elated that I was there, and for a black person to be in their house, they never even talked to a black person before.
Oh my God.
They were a place called Greeley.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Greeley,
Yeah,
Colorado.
I know about that.
Yeah, Greeley was
a lot of MMA fighters come from there.
Yeah, Greeley is probably like 30 minutes from Boulder, you know what I'm saying? Right? Not possible. But anyway, really long story short, we at the dinner table, so they asked me, say, well, we never really seen any black stuff on TV. So I was like, wow.
What?
In my mind, you know what I'm saying? But I had to think about where I was from. So, okay, I'm from Colorado, so okay, yeah, I get it.
Wow.
So then they asked me, do you speak another language?
Oh, that's great.
So I was like, no.
No.
And it was just, like I said, it was just different just to be there, and they not being around black people, and me being around white people for the first time as an 18-year-old in their household, eating and sleeping in their home. It was
culture shock.
Yeah, it was different. It was different. So yeah.
But and I spent some time in Denver. Shout out to everybody in Denver, man. 5 points. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Colorado Springs, everybody. I know all y'all over there. Aurora, I know everybody. Talk about just going from this black cultural mecca of DC out there, adjusting to that, and then honestly, do you feel like they had to adjust to you at all?
Well, no.
And also, did you get altitude sickness and all that?
Well, I'm gonna give you that.
That joint used to kill me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that. Well, it was a culture shock. First of all, when we got off the plane and you walked in the city, you seen, like, you looking around, you're like, I don't see a whole lot of us around. And the first thing you see was a bunch of Mexicans and a lot of white people wearing cowboy hats. So the first thing me and my buddy do, we went to the store and got us some cowboy hats. Said we gotta fit in, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got the cowboy hats. So when we walked on campus, we had our cowboy hats on. It was different, bro, because it was very racist. It was very racist. I have never witnessed racism come from DC. So to come to a school now, we ball players, we young ball players. We I'm feeling good about myself. I'm in school in Colorado, I'm about to play ball, and it's my first time really away from home, living somewhere else. So that was kind of a whole nother thing. So to be on your own, you got to make your own decisions. That was my first time ever being away from home, living somewhere else at the age of 18. So dealing with racism on campus, we in the dorm, we in the athletic dorm. So all the teams are in the athletic dome. You got the basketball teams, the baseball teams, you got the wrestlers, everybody.
Right.
So of course you got all these different personalities. All this testosterone. Everybody is the man. So my roommate, he was a Golden Glove fighter early on. When he was younger. He went to school for basketball. He was a basketball player. So anyway, I was a baseball player. He got into something with the guys from the wrestling team. He's, him and the guys. This guy was like a bully for real. His name was Bulldog. He had a big old head. He was a skinhead. Big old head. And everybody was really scared of him. Even the wrestlers were scared of him. Come to find out after the fact. The wrestlers, the dorm we were in, the college dorm, sports dorm, everybody in there was heavy. We from DC, we not scared of nothing.
Right.
So we coming up in there, so we roommates. So he gets into it with my roommate. My roommate was only like 5'5", maybe 100 pounds something with. And I'm only like 5'7", probably 5'8", 150, 50 pounds more than him. So make long story short. No, I'm sorry, I was only 126 coming out. I was 126 pounds. I mean, let me back that up. I didn't think about it. I'm 150 now. I was only 126 pounds, right? So anyway, we get into it. They never fought, so we end up in the fight. I beat the brakes off this boy. On my motherfucker, I beat the brakes off this boy, off the skinhead boy that everybody was scared of. So we had to end up going to the counselors, and I was going to the counselors, so he was trying to, what's going on, So he ended up leaving school. Because for real, I think they wanted to put his boat out probably, but I didn't start it. He started, and everybody was scared of him, so I was able to stay in school. He ended up leaving school. Everybody was, after that happened, everybody was on my back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because oh man, this dude,
what it done?
He could, but me, bro, that's just was envy. I was no Golden Glove at the time. I was a street fighter. I was just a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where we come from. We had to fight every day after school. And then you became best friends. It wasn't about you fighting and you're gonna kill each other like you did today.
Right.
We fought and became friends. That's just what it was. So after the fact, so the wrestlers, they was kind of mad about that. They, I didn't. The guy they looked up to, they man, I didn't whip them. So they, they was the biggest thing on the campus. The wrestlers, they, you know what I'm saying? They run around. So now they want to get the Spanish boy and set up a boxing match with gloves.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it. Now I'm gonna have my guy that went to school. We're gonna bring him in so he can talk about what happened. But we had the match. When we fought, I got out on him. The boy fought, I got on him. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Got on the guy. Now we got another victory.
Right.
So now I really got him now. So there's nothing else to say. So everything else is history. That's how they went down. But as far as when we went in, they tried to carry us, bro. They thought, okay, because all the wrestlers were white guys.
Yeah.
White guy and one Mexican. I mean, they had one Mexican, all white and one Mexican. So it was a race type of thing. You know what I'm saying? The basketball team was only the blacks on there. It was only 4 on the baseball team. So it was like kind of like that. It was only like 10 guys, black guys, and probably the whole dorm. The rest were white, so we were outnumbered like that. So me personally, how I was raised, how I come from, I'm not going for my last name Hart, bro. And my father used to tell me, bro, you better never come back here and talk about somebody that did this or did that. You better handle your business. If you can't beat them, you better pick up something. But I was never one to pick up nothing. I'm gonna pick up these hands. And we're gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. One time, I ain't gonna lie, one time I was probably about 10 or 11. The guy, he was probably about 14, 15. He tried to do something, I grabbed to get that knife, and he was running out. Man, I tried to, you know what I'm saying? But ever since then, I never grabbed another weapon like that for no altercation. You know what I mean? It was all about the hands. You have to know how to fight where I come from. And that's just what it was. And I thought I was going to be in baseball the rest of my life, be a baseball player for the next 10, 20 years. I ended up getting in boxing.
Yo, it's crazy because now it all makes sense. Like, just your whole perspective, your physique, everything. Like, now I really understand. Plus, you was training in altitude for part of your life.
Yeah.
I feel like any athlete that starts training in altitude, your body is forever physiologically changed. Any environment you go to, because your lungs is used to doing a lot more work than most other people.
Yeah.
So you just on a whole nother level anyway.
It's different. The air is so thin.
Yeah.
When I first went there, right? Okay, we got there. I think it was August when we got to school. So November came and started snowing, but you got to mind you, it's dry heat.
Yeah.
So we outside playing football in the snow, and it feels like it's 70 degrees because it's not the same type of cold like on the East Coast. So the air is thin.
Yeah.
But when you first started out there, we used to have practice in the gym.
Yeah.
And I used to be out there playing with the guys that played basketball. We didn't have anything else to do, so we just trained every day. At the time, I could jump. I used to dunk tennis ball. I could never dunk a basketball because I couldn't hold it on palm. My hands were real small. Yeah. But I used to dunk tennis ball just for the hell of it. We practiced dunking tennis ball. I thought I was Dr. J at the time. I was out here before Michael Jordan. Yeah. We dunking all kind of ways. I'm dunking tennis ball. So we playing, but the altitude was so thin. I mean, the air was so thin. You run up and down that court like 4 times, you had to gas for air. The first time. This was like the first month. After the first month, you were good. But it took you a month to get used to the altitude because the air was so thin. Yeah. And it was amazing, bro. It really was.
Yeah, it was so funny because you're talking about the way Boulder was. Now Deion done brought the culture to Boulder. Completely, like, now that's like, they setting the whole trends. They run college football.
40 years later.
It's crazy. That's amazing, man.
It is, man. It's like...
You ever go back?
Well, that's what I was going to tell you something, the altitude. Yeah. I went back for Black Ski Summit in early, it must have been, late 90s. Okay. Late 90s. And when I went back, my spleen ruptured.
What?
Mind you, we in Aspen, right? We in Aspen. So I went back out to sell T-shirts. Me and my cousin. Yeah. I told him, come on. We took 2 hockey bags full of shirts. Yeah. The Black Ski Summit. Right. I did something on the front of the shirt. Right. Did something on the back. And now you had a store. That was my thing. Shirts and clothes. That's what I do. I'm a designer. So we do the shirts. We go out there the first week. We crushed the game. We made about 4,000 or 5,000. He called his job. Said, "Listen, I ain't never coming back." One of them times.
Every hustler got a story like this. Yeah. Like, yo.
So make long story short, we out there for the next week. The second week, I'm in the hospital for the whole week.
God damn.
Man, I got a button. They got to push morphine because I'm in so much pain because I got spleen rupture. The morphine had me so gone, bro. I'm hallucinating and seeing things, bro. But as soon as after that week over, we get out of there, I get better and leave out that altitude, I'm sorry. Yeah. Everything was fine.
What?
Everything was fine.
So it was completely the environment.
Completely, because mind you, see, Denver was different. Dang. But as you get to Colorado, you start going up in altitude. It's different. Like when you go to Boulder, Steamboat Spring, Aspen, Vail, all these places. Yeah. See, you're going further up in altitude. So we in Aspen, so we were way up in altitude. So that really, you know what I'm saying, it made my spleen rupture.
Sheesh.
Because, it was deep. But like I said, when I came back to Denver, it was like nothing never happened.
That's crazy.
So, that's the difference of when I went to school there when I was 18 to when I went back out there at probably 38.
Damn.
Totally different.
Yeah, that's major. So you got super history with the state of Colorado.
Oh, absolutely.
That's amazing.
My alma mater.
Yeah, man, outside the ropes, this is a movement. I'm thankful you asking me to be a part of this with you.
Absolutely.
I know we're going to meet all your amazing friends in the game, hear all these crazy stories and all of that, man. I just wanted to start out with everybody understanding more about you, though.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
If it ain't, you know what I'm saying? If they don't know what you got going on, it ain't even going to make sense when they see how easy it is for you to talk to anybody in the game. No. They got to understand. So hopefully I can just give more time with we just letting them know more about your life experience, because then everything else will make sense when they realize all the other people that you know that's popping.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
And I can promise you, there will be genuine conversations.
Yeah.
And nothing fake. Nothing is aired, and we're not gonna pull no punches. We're gonna ask the most exclusive questions, things you want to hear.
Yes, sir.
And we going direct. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I can even think of that work from Sugar Ray Leonard, Riddick Bowe, Mark Shop, Mike Tyson, Jamie Foxx, Judge Mathis. This is outside the rope, so it's not gonna just be all fighters. We're gonna go with everybody, and these are my friends: Judge Mathis, Jamie Foxx, and Mike Tyson. These are my day one. These guys, we were in the trenches together. Yeah, so to be honest with you, all of them learn how to dress because of me.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All right.
He
all
said
right,
it all.
All right. Okay now. Now, if you want me to prove it, I'll show pictures from the 80s
Yeah.
to now.
Yeah.
How Jamie was dressing.
Right.
How I was dressing.
Right.
How Judge Mathis was dressing.
Yeah.
How I was dressing. How Mike Tyson was dressing.
Yeah,
How I was dressing. And Mike could tell you the story. He said, "Man, it was something about you when I first met you. See, the first time me and
You
Mike
was
met.
you was fresh.
The first time Mike we met, it was my birthday. It was I believe it was 1986, and we were in Atlantic City, right on the boardwalk, and I had all this Versace stuff on.
Yeah.
Versace head to toe.
DC was belt that.
Yeah, DC was. Now I ain't gonna lie. A lot of other brothers had a Versace on too, but this is what Mike Tyson said. Meco, it was something about you, brother, that you just stood out from everybody else. Because 6 years later, we became friends. When he had the house up in Connecticut, and then we bought for 50 Cent.
Right.
And we up there, and he had a party up there, and everybody was there. I'm talking about most of New York. There was everybody in New York. Every rapper there was in New York, there was somebody who was there. From Tretch to Lil Kim to Biggie, everybody was at the party. The house was so big. It had a guest house behind the house, and they had like a lake behind the house with all exotic fish.
That's where the tigers and everything.
No. The tigers wasn't there.
Okay.
That was in Vegas. But he had it was a pond. They had all exotic fish out there, and it had the basketball court had fiberglass backboards and just off the chain, really nice. You know what I mean? So the rooms had 28 rooms in it. 28 rooms, 14 on each wing. You walk down this long hallway, and there was a wing of 14 rooms right there. You come back down and you go up down the wall, and there's a wing of 14 right there.
Wow.
Right, 28 rooms in the room. Downstairs in the basement, they had the ring was made like a boxing ring. With the dance floor was a huge, it was like a boxing ring.
Yeah.
It had the bowling alley downstairs, the indoor swimming pool.
Wow.
Yeah, it was state of the art, but it was way too much house. I tried to take a picture, at the house. You had to take 3 pictures because the house was so big. I don't care how right. Your angle on your camera couldn't get wide enough to take pictures. So you had to take 1, 2, 3 pictures to get the whole front of the house. It was so big. The upkeep on the house was like $100,000 a month.
Sheesh.
Just for upkeep.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? $100,000, bro. For the upkeep of the house.
God damn.
Yeah,
That's great.
For the maintenance, the yard, and everything that everybody had to be paid for.
Wow.
Everything that had to be done to be kept. It was something.
Wow.
But that was like 91, and that's when me and Mike became friends from 91 until present.
Yeah. Meek, I want to wrap it up. I know you're a man of God, but you want to let the people know, man, just something spiritual, something to take away with them.
Well, I'm gonna say this to you. Stay prayed up, keep God first in your life, and you'll never go wrong. God is great. Just understand that. Thank you, Father, for so many blessings. To God be the glory. Peace and blessings.
What was his official weight?